Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to Tourism 1000. If you don't know me, my name is Kelly Phelan. I am the course coordinator for this class, and I am very excited to have you in class this semester. I actually love teaching this class. It's a lot of fun. Basically what the class does is it covers everything in tourism, hospitality, and events. And there's probably a bunch of things that you haven't necessarily thought of within the industry. So for instance, we'll talk about Tourism Australia, which is the organization that markets Australia to the world. We will talk about the role that government plays, which of course now government plays a lot of role in tourism, but these are all, we always used to talk about the role that government plays, and we talked about things like, you know, they issue your passport, they decide on visa regulations. Now they're very involved with setting things like border restrictions and other sorts of controls, those kinds of things. And then we'll be talking about some other ancillary services that you've probably never really considered, but are really important. So for instance, I know lots of people in our degree want to go into events. Well, you're probably going to be working with florists and potentially entertainers, and audiovisual services is always a big one. So we'll be talking about a lot of these things, not in any detail at all. You'll be getting into that later on in your other classes, but it's really just to give you an idea as to what are some of the options in terms of where you could be working, and then who you might be working with later on in your degree and in your full-time positions later. Okay, so everything that you need to know is on Blackboard. What I've done is I've tried to keep everything really simple and straightforward for you. So if you look on the left side of Blackboard, there's a whole bunch of tabs. One of those tabs says Learning Resources. So if you click on there, there will be a folder for each week. Now, I've only put up the first few weeks right now, but I'll be updating those throughout the semester. So don't worry, those will be there in plenty of time. So what you'll do is you'll click on a week. So probably start with week 1. That's the best one to start with. And in that folder, first there will be a list of learning activities, and it will literally say, you know, number 1, watch this video. Number 2, read this article. Number 3, da 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 da. So each one of those activities, I've tried to limit each activity to about 10 to 15 minutes max, just to make sure that they're reasonable chunks, none of them are too long. I know that some people will literally record an entire 2-hour lecture, and there's no way, I would go crazy, I couldn't do it. And I'm sure that it was probably very boring for you to listen to that, so that's why I formulated it like this. So the learning activities are there, it tells you what to do. All of the materials you need are underneath of it. And then there's also some sort of review questions. You know, it'll say, after you finish all of these activities, you should understand 1, 2, 3, 4, such and such. So if you can answer all those questions, you're in really good shape. So if you don't understand some of them, let us know. So all the lectures are pre-recorded. We do not have any official Zoom lectures. I will do Zoom office hours. I will also do in-person office hours on campus. So if you're on campus and you'd like to come stop by and meet me, that will all be included on Blackboard, so you'll be able to find out where to find me and when I'll be there. As for tutorials, like I was saying, get all of your weekly activities done. If there's a reading or anything for tutorial, it will say that underneath of that week's folder. So what you want to be doing is you want to be able to get all of those activities done before you show up to lecture or to tutorial. So for instance, your first tutorial will be week 2. So you want to get all of the learning activities folder material done for week 1 and week 2, and then show up to your tutorial week 2. So that means you will be very well prepared. If you have a specific case study or something that you will be discussing in depth in tutorial, it will say you must prepare this for tutorial, come prepared to discuss, you know, this particular case. All right, anything else? What else do you need to know? Okay, under the assessments tab, again on the left, you'll see an assessments tab. It talks about the 3 assessments you have. They're very straightforward. You have an essay, a presentation, and then I didn't do a final exam. I split it into 3 online quizzes throughout the semester. I thought this would be good for you guys because then it'll give you feedback along the way and it's not a big long exam, so I think you'll probably find that a little bit easier. And then probably the only other thing you really need to know is, again, on the left, you'll see, I think it says course staff. So all of my contact information is there, and then Lee, who is the tutor, all of her her contact information is there. I'll list my consultation hours under there as well, so you definitely know how to get in touch with us. I think that's pretty much everything you need to know. Final thoughts, don't be a stranger. If you have questions, please do not hesitate to ask. I love teaching this class, and I'm actually so sad I don't get to see you in person officially, but I'm excited to give online teaching a try. I'll actually be very interested to hear your feedback. I always ask students for feedback so that I can improve in the future, and since this is a new model for this class, I'll be very interested to hear your feedback. It'll help me do even better next time with this class. Welcome to UQ. I'm very happy to have you here. I'm very happy to have you in class. I hope I get to meet lots of you either virtually or in person soon. Have an awesome semester. If there's anything that I can do to make it better, whether it's this class or UQ or life in general, let me know. And yeah, I think that's everything. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.